Just going back to the LNG piece for a moment, I think everybody in this room, we have a sense for how the president personally feels about Ukraine and Ukraine funding. I mean, he's made it abundantly clear over the course of 2 years. This LNG temporary pause doesn't have as high of a profile. I mean, can you give any sense for what it is that the president, why he cares so much about it, whether he has shared with you any sort of deep views that he has on this particular very kind of targeted policy?
Yeah, so look, the pause on the pending approvals of LNG export, it is important. It is important to understand the climate and economic impacts. That's why it's so important, right, of these LNG exports. And it is the impacts on consumers, right, the impacts on communities, and that's why the president supports these LNG pauses. So we're going to continue to meet our LNG needs of our allies, and the temporary pause does not impact current LNG exports, but there is some, by having these pauses, it does tell us something that is important to know. And so that's why the president supports it. As it relates to what we've been hearing from the speaker, Speaker Johnson, we've been very clear. If we really want to help the people of Ukraine, the brave people of Ukraine, we got to get that national security supplemental done. He has to put that on the floor. It will get overwhelming bipartisan support. We know that to be true. That's how we can help the people of Ukraine.
I guess what I'm trying to say is is the president personally invested in this ban or this temporary pause the way he is?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, when we talk about the existential threat of climate, this is something that the president has said it is incredibly important to deal with this emergency. And he has done more, taken more robust action than any other president. This is part of this, right? And so the president has been not just talked about it, but has taken action. So I would look at this as part of the action that he's taken to deal with the climate crisis. And you know, it is indeed a crisis. When he walked into this administration, he talked about 4 crises that we had to deal with as Americans. And climate change is not just as Americans, as a world. And so climate crisis was one of them. And he's taken action, and he's going to continue to do that. And he's been robust. It's been comprehensive, more than any other president.
It just sort of seems like a smaller piece to that larger.
I would put it together in that larger piece. Yes, it's a smaller piece of obviously the larger initiative of what we're trying to do, but it's also critical. It's important. Look, the reports that are out there as it relates to Speaker Johnson, they are not true. We know how the best way to get assistance for Ukraine is to pass that national security supplemental. That's what we want to see. It'll get done overwhelmingly in a bipartisan way.